28th, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, round 6, day 1. And we had a very interesting game of chess. Frankly, terrible. Let's refresh. Hi to my YouTube fans. If you want to watch the stream live, twitch.tv/GM Benjamin Feingold, then you can watch this live instead of on YouTube, and so forth. Tuesday is the night that I'm on Chess TV. That's going to change soon. The background's actually going to change on my stream, and I'm going to be on Chess TV more. But that hasn't happened yet. Probably in the next week-ish. Ask something. When I stream live like I'm doing now, people don't get notified for like a couple minutes because I guess Amazon doesn't have enough money to do that. And so you guys on YouTube see me before the people get to see me on Twitch. You get to watch the first minute of the video where I don't do anything. And I have a period to the right of me, a period to the left of me. You know. Yay! VTG978 here, $9.99. Yeah. How about a streaming starting soon page? Or you could just show up when I stream. You guys always want my streams to be like everybody else's stupid stream. Like play music and be boring and play good. I don't do that. I play terrible. There's no music and I stream when I want and there's no, welcome stream. That's the way I do it. I have two periods actually by accident. I didn't realize I brought two periods. So maybe there's a burglar in here. I don't know. VTG wants there to be a scam train, so you better do what he says. Exactly. So at 9:30, which is in 28 minutes, I'm going to be on Chess TV and so forth. If they put me on. Good evening. Hello. Trying to learn suggested I show one match, then the next match. And then if we split the video, it's easier to split for YouTube and such. So I'll do that. If we don't split the video, it doesn't matter. This will make it easier to split into two matches. Oh, you're making me count Smorphulicious. 3, 6, 8. 800 centidues. Oh, I didn't have to count. I looked over there. Yay, thanks, Smorphulicious. 100 centidues. Another train. Thanks, Jay McGrath. You're going on Chess 24. What? I don't get it. Check out my latest Game of the Week video. What? I don't even know what Moobot's talking about. Go Moobot. I have a latest Chess.com Game of the Week. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did a Game of the Week for Chess.com like 5 days ago, and I didn't look on their YouTube page to see if it was up. It's my first donation of the day, and I'm going to yell at you. But first of all, $3. Thanks, Chris. When the stream ended for the regular stream for the actual round, which took 3 hours and 40 minutes, and I checked my donations, I had no donations. So that was my first donation of the day, $3. Yay. Yeah, usually when I do a stream of 3 hours and 40 minutes, I get a donation, but no. 200 centidues. I mean, it makes such a cool noise. Dun, da, 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 Yeah. Well, Nepomniachtchi didn't win, but yeah. C.L. Smith, 200 centidues. Nepomniachtchi should have won. No donations. Yeah, it was like 3 hours and 40 minutes. And I was like, is that an error in Streamlabs? But it wasn't. And I was like, did I hear da 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 da? And I was like, no, I guess I didn't. Yeah. No, you guys like cheer and give subs, but, that noise that we all like to hear. I have the microphone right in front of how many viewers I have, which, I don't know, I guess I have to move my head slightly. That's right. I like the noise. Yeah. Da, da, da. It's like something good happened. It's like I'm in Vegas and it's da, da, da. All right. Yeah. Exactly. It's Dimebag. God damn Dimebag. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Now, most of you don't know this. Dimebag used to be my student when I taught chess. And I guess I shouldn't say his first name because then he can say his first name if he wants. His last name is May. And he's the guy with, 30, 40, 50 guitars. So I said, are you related to Brian May? And he's like, yeah, Brian May is his uncle. So I thought it was possible because his last name is May. He lives in London. He has 40 guitars. So if you have any questions for Dimebag, he can tell you some Brian May stories. Yeah. What about James May? What about James May? Winner, winner, vegan chicken dinner. Thanks, Jay McGrath. All right. Now, you guys are pretty young on this stream, so you never heard of Brian May, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. Brian May is amazing, yeah. He's not as good as Dimebag, but he's close. Yeah. I don't think he's related to Theresa May. That would be frankly terrible. Time to write it in the chat before it goes too fast. T-O fast. Yeah, okay. Too tired to stream. Oh. Brian May confusing with Jimmy Page. Wait, what? 1,814 subscribers. Frankly, that's ridiculous. Maybe they're married? They're married? That's how you spell there? Terrible. Even if I had you spell another there, you would still get it wrong. That's correct. That is correct. Pi May. Now you're talking. Can you recommend a good chess teacher in the Philadelphia area? I don't know. Jen Shahadi. Let's see. I got a DVD. I got a D&D campaign. What? Yeah, your Twitch is broken. I have 99 viewers. Are you related to the month of May? I am. 997,000 views. Good, good. It's Ben. That is correct. Man, I'm sweating like Roger Ebert here. Is Robert Plant vegan? Probably. The hype train is dying. Once we get to level 3, I'll start the actual stream. Where I show the games and stuff. Now, based on his suggestion of trying to learn, I'm going to show one match then the other. And we don't really have time to split them up, so maybe he'll do it. Anyway, the important thing is for trying to learn to talk to Karen about it. All right, level 2 is over. Boo, boo. I ate freedom fries. Such great support. Except for one thing. Frankly, terrible. Boo. Stream ended. I did get a $3 donation. 0 subs. Let's see. These are the trains I have. I don't know. Those are old trains, I think. See, here's the problem trying to learn with your suggestion is I put the videos up immediately because they're time sensitive. Nobody wants to watch these videos next week. So, the question is, should we put up the video separately, separating the matches, and put the whole video up, or wait for them to be separated? So, I don't know. I mean, and they prefer to be called conjoined twins. And hillbillies prefer to be called sons of the soil, but it ain't going to happen. Go Dimebag. I need many donations. Okay, so I have a big announcement to make. Yeah, put them up after the stream. Good, good. You mean on my YouTube page? Damn. All right, huge announcement. Don't worry about it. I got it. All right. Tell Karen and, she can yell at you. All right. Big announcement, like huge announcement. Like this is serious. You guys sitting down? All right. Saturday, not this Saturday, the next Saturday. So like in 11 days. You understand? No? May 9th. We're going to have another tournament, just like the one we had last Saturday, with a slight difference. Instead of 10-minute with 2-second increment, it's going to be 10-minute, which is blitz. So it'll be blitz rated in your blitz ratings. It's going to be 5 sections instead of 3. 5 sections. 5. 2,100 and over. 8 1800 to 2099, 1401 to 1799, 1001 to 1399, or I don't know, whatever it is, and then under 1,000. Also, I got all those things wrong. So it's basically 2,100 and over, under 2,100, under 18, under 14, under 1,000. There's 3 prizes in each section. There's 5 sections. The prize fund for the tournament Saturday, which was 3 days ago, was $280. The prize fund thus far, we're still getting more sponsors, is $1,450. We decided to sponsor a lot more ourselves, and we got a sponsor. If you want to sponsor and add to the prize fund, email Karen@atlchessclub.com. This is going to be in 11 days on May 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern. We expect 1,000 players and probably 25 titled players in the top section. If I was a betting man, probably Naka would play. I mean, it's a 2-hour tournament. First prize is 400. So maybe. I mean, it's 50-50 Naka will play. I know you're kidding, but Naka probably would play. I'm sure we'll get 20 GMs. They get 990 titled players, and the first prize is like 600. Our first prize is 400. So I don't see what the problem is. It'll be a lot of cheaters. Unlike this tournament that we just had, we're going to wait a few days to pay the prizes, and we're going to have chess.com help us with the investigations of the players. We threw out about half the winners this time, so we'll probably do the same. And if you're a GM or I am, we're going to throw you out. I throw everybody out. I don't care who it is. If Hikaru plays in the tournament and I think he's cheating, he's out. Also, he's not cheating. God damn, he's not cheating. It's 7 rounds instead of 6 because the sections are going to have 200 players. So anyway, you should announce on Twitter. Thanks for your, yeah. No, it's gonna be on Twitter. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on Discord. It's going to be in MooBot. I'm going to tell all the GMs I know about it. Chess.com is going to help us advertise it, I hope. Yeah. And probably the prizes will be more by the time the tournament starts. So, yeah, we'll have some super GMs play. I mean, first prize is 400. So, yeah. What are they going to do? Sit at home and do nothing? So, $9.99. Lysol injection special. God damn, thank you. So we're going to need a lot of donations for that stream because that stream is going to cost us. God damn. It's your Blitz rating on chess.com. You just join like you join a Blitz tournament. 100 centiges. Thanks, Sicktoe. All right. So we'll make announcements throughout the week and next week regarding the tournament. If you follow me on Twitter or MooBot, you'll know more about it. If you follow the Chess Center Facebook page, which Karen runs, you'll know more about it. It'll be like the last tournament, except there's no increment. There's more sections. There's more players. And the prizes are 10 times bigger. So otherwise, it's the same. Yeah. It's etc. I just said what the sections are going to be. I said it like 1 minute ago. Are you kidding me? God. All right. Good. Pay attention next time. No, I'll be doing analysis of the tournament. That's not how you spell tournament. It's only like 7 mistakes. Okay. Yeah, except for 17 things. That is correct. All right. So first we're going to look at I want to say the badly played match, but this match was a better match than the other one. It's Giri Firouzja, the fight for last place, which Giri has cemented. Firouzja's actually in 5th. I was told, I don't know if it's true, he's ahead of MVL and Nepo. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's funny. I guess he is ahead of them. Yeah. So Firouzja's ahead of 3 players. God damn. Yeah. Yes, you are playing in it. Naka will play in the Naka Flaka section. Yeah. All right. So Firouzja Giri, they played the usual line that Giri plays. And here Firouzja played a line that he's played before. Most people take on D5 here. He played E3. And, okay, this isn't the most enterprising way of playing this. All right. And in this position, after bishop b7, Firouzja made a really interesting move. I don't know if it's a good move, but I like it. It's my kind of move. So obviously, if I was white, I would just play bishop d3 and get crushed by Giri. But he played knight b5. This is much more interesting. So white wants to trade these bishops, because this, bishop's behind the pawns, and white wants to take this. So black has to decide whether to give up the two bishops or to trade off the bad bishop. That's an interesting move. I like that. I like it. Okay, so they traded. He took with the knight to control the e4 square. Makes sense. c6. All right, and they played very boring. Bishop a6 is an interesting choice. Okay, probably right. All right, and really boring game. Is this game over yet? I mean, good game. Yeah. Game got interesting. Don't worry about it. It's not interesting here. Okay, so white decided to do some orchestral maneuvers in the light or the dark. Is the light funny? I don't know. Because it's light. I don't know. Okay. You guys never heard of OMD anyway, so it doesn't matter. G6, stopping knight f5, put it in H. Okay, now if you're a follower of my stream and my rules, look away. You can't look at this move. And also, this happens in every game. Every game, white plays f3 and black plays f6. So we're using my emotes at least. Okay, f3. I'm not a fan of that move in this position. Put it in H. Okay, I'm also not a fan of h3 here. I don't like the pawn on h3 because I like the pawn on h4 because it stops knight g3. And also it's not as loose here. So I'm not a big fan of that. But okay, he played h3. g4 is very Matt Larson-esque. c5 is very reasonable. Knight f4 is legal. All right. Thus far, I would say the players got a boring position, traded all the bishops, nothing much happened, they played about the same strength, and the game should be a draw. And here, Giri just started playing badly. I'm guessing time issue? I mean, I was watching the games live and doing commentary, but I don't really see the time. But it's move 26, so you have to assume the players are low on time. Yeah, here black sort of lost the thread of like how to play the position. Of course, when you have the engine helping you, the engine doesn't care about this move. But if you're playing in the game, you probably care. So anyway, I wasn't sure if I should care about this or not. But then I got a text from Ice-T, and he said he cares now. So I was like, all right, I guess if IT cares now, yeah. And then it turned out it was actually water tea. And then the Americans attacked, and it was terrible. Okay. Yeah. Also, etc. It was funny. I don't know when I learned, it was within the first 3 months of the episode airing that was not Ice-T. No. They got some random actor to play Ice-T. No. I thought it was Ice-T when I was watching it. Damn. Permit failed. What? Very suspicious. Okay, so Rook H8. Terrible. Rook H8's okay, but I mean, he started flailing around here. Knight F8. It's not very good. Yeah, giving a pawn away, then back to D7. Yeah, Giri just sort of got confused. Put his rook here, moved his knight back and forth, blundered a pawn. I don't know. Yeah, terrible. All right, then he was getting rolled to the win. All right, knight takes H3. And rook B7 is good. And he made another blunder. Frankly, terrible. Yeah, the engine's not a fan of his play here. Rook takes B4, doesn't like. Okay, and in this position, Giri blundered another pawn. So Giri's down a pawn, because I said so. And here he blundered another one. Now, in this position, if it was white's turn to move, and it's not, and white played rook c6 attacking the queen. If the queen moves away, which you would expect it to do being attacked, then the d5 pawn is hanging. White plays queen takes d5. So rook c6, queen moves somewhere, queen takes d5. However, after rook c6, black plays queen e7, attacking the e3 pawn. And then if you lose your d5 pawn, I win the e3 pawn. Okay, so the engine wants to play d4 and says white's better, but maybe not winning. Instead, Giri played knight e6, and now after rook c6, he just loses his d-pawn. And then he's down 2 pawns for nothing. So it seemed to me Giri blundered his a-pawn, then blundered his d-pawn. And somehow Giri's not winning a lot of matches. Yeah. Well, he beat Magnus. Now, according to Nakapuki, when interviewed, he said, quote, although I'm paraphrasing, so not really quote, if you told Giri before the tournament he would beat Magnus in the match and lose all his other matches, he would be okay with that. I mean, I don't know, win 1 and lose 6. That doesn't sound too good. All right. So there you go. I wonder if Hikaru would be happy with that. All right. But you're too young to vote. Good. Yeah, that's good. Excellent quote. Okay, so now Giri's down 2 pawns, and then he's down 2 pawns. It's like two brothers. So, yeah. All right. And the game, and now he's like plus 1,000. All right, so nothing interesting happened this game. He was just down 2 pawns. I like this moving the king up to play knight g4 and f6. I like that. And, okay, black had no pieces left. So he lost. Tough having no pieces. And he resigned. All right. Good rook, though. Nice rook. So that game was like sort of an equally played game. And he hung this pawn, then he hung that pawn. I'm guessing time trouble? Yeah. Usually Giri's just not hanging material. Usually. Yeah. Remember, in the Super GM tournament, with all the best players in the world, with 15-minute and a 10-second increment, Magnus hung mate, Magnus hung his queen, Magnus hung his rook, Magnus hung a piece on move 6, Magnus lost 4 or 5 games, and I could go on and on and on and on and on. And he's in first place. However, when Karen and I have a 10-minute turn with a 2-second increment, the players in the under 1400 section play flawlessly. All right. That is correct. Yeah. The players rated 1,000 play 95, 98. Rawr. Sounds about right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, those guys are great. Okay. Yeah, Danny Wrench made a video today for chess.com. It was on Twitch, I think. It was live. Might have been on YouTube also. I didn't watch it. But it was like the state of the union of chess.com. And one of the things he talked about was cheating. I didn't watch it, but I heard that they've thrown everybody out last month. They threw out 2,600 GMs. They threw out 50 title players. They threw out 1 million members. Man, that's what it sounded like. God damn. Man. So I didn't watch that, but that's what I heard. He was choking on his own rage. Man. All right. So what I'm hoping is when we have our tournament next Saturday in 11 days, that chess.com helps us a little throw people out. Some people that we did throw out of our tournament were later thrown out of chess.com by chess.com. So confirming the, great play. Okay. I think Giri was thrown out when he beat Magnus. All right, next game. So first game to Firouzja. Got a Caro Khan. Advanced variation, short variation. And white's a little better. White has more space, etc. G5, confusing the audience. What's funny about this was white played bishop h5 basically to prevent castling because you take the f pawn. That didn't stop him, though. All right, so very good play so far from both players. Okay, now, I've said this in many of my lectures, but you guys generally forget what I say. A lot of times, I call a move a low-rated player move. And it doesn't mean it's a bad move. Usually is. It means it's attractive to a low-rated player. So the lower rated you are, the more you like it. Could be a good move. Okay, but all right. Then there's high-rated player moves that are attracted to a high-rated player. Doesn't mean they're good moves. Usually they are, but sometimes they're not. So when a high-rated player makes a bad move, it's usually a high-rated player's move, and it was just wrong. And the low-rated player's move was the right move, and the low-rated player is confused, saying, paraphrasing, well, I would have played that, and that's the right move. I'm better than, whatever, Giri. Probably are better than Giri. But all right. So this is such a move. This is a move none of you would play, and it's not very good. So it's good that you wouldn't play it. It's too high level. Okay? A normal player would move this knight because it's on the first rank, or put this rook somewhere better. Or maybe play bishop e3 and defend the d pawn some more, since the e5 pawn is protected enough. I would probably play rook c1 or move my knight out. That's what I would do. But he played king h1. Put it in h. Okay? So obviously his king is super safe on h1. It's off of this diagonal, and it's off of this file. And the fact that it's super slow and doesn't do anything, super GMs don't care about that. They just play and play and play until they win, and they like to make small improvements. Okay, now after castles, Giri forgot about that and just took the pawn, which I think you have to do. If you're going to play bishop h5, stopping the guy from castling, and he castles, then you should take the pawn. Okay, I agree with that. All right. Then he saved his bishop. Always play king b8. Okay, and the engine likes white. White's up a pawn. Doesn't seem to have any issues. Now, if I was white, I would be afraid of whatever. So I'd probably play bishop e3, which is the engine move. He played here. He wasn't afraid of that. And the engine says that's terrible, frankly. It's strange how bad this move is. The reason is these pawns are weak, and now black attacks them. Obviously, if he had played bishop e3, he would be already defending this pawn. So then he defended both pawns and probably underestimated or missed queen b3. And now it's pretty annoying. Bishop b4 is coming, queen takes is coming, knight goes to b4, this knight's coming. It's just annoying. And now Giri did the opposite of what he did earlier when he played king h1. King h1 was like a high-class waiting move, and now he played like a move you guys would play. And then if the grandmasters didn't play it, you would be all in the chat going, why didn't he do that? Well, he did do that, so now you guys are happy. He played a very low-class move now, bishop takes h6. Okay, and this is a terrible move. This opens up the h-file to white's king. It takes an unimportant pawn, and it puts white's bishops at risk. Now the bishop can't move because you're losing this. So now the engine says that black's doing great. Rook c8, and white's position doesn't make a lot of sense. You got this going on, bishop's going here, this pawn's hanging, bishop b4, and these bishops can't really move. Neither one of them can move. So this is actually a very funny point in the game because the engine's suggesting king g1 getting off of this file after playing king h1. Okay, but he played knight g1, which the engine says is bad. Always retreat, setting up for the next game. Bishop b4, queen f4, queen takes b2. Also good is black just doubling rooks on the h-file, attacking all these bishops. That's also good. Okay, and black's winning. All right. And then in this position, okay, actually it was this position. Now, black's winning here with basically any move. Material's equal. This is a passed pawn. This bishop is pinned to the king. These knights are no good. This pawn's weak. This king's safer than this king. This rook is excellent. Okay. And the engine says knight c3 is plus 5.5. Rook g8 is plus 4.37. And the move that he played is winning. However, when he played this move, he had a specific idea in mind which was attractive to the low-rated player. This isn't a low-rated player move. And Ali Reza likes those moves because Ali Reza calculates 20 moves ahead. However, this is a 15-minute game, so he does not calculate 20 moves ahead. So his low-rated player move sucked. He should play a high-rated player move, just something boring. Rook here, knight here, and the engine says he's winning. But he miscalculated and played a bad move. Later, he realized what he had done, and then he fell apart. He was like, I'm winning. Then he played this line. He's like, oh, aw. And then he started playing badly because he had thrown all his advantage away. Now, I throw all my advantage away all the time. So I'm actually good at recombobulating myself after I blunder because I do it so often. Players of this level aren't making triple question mark moves as often as I do. So when it happens, they're flustered. I'm less flustered because that's just the normal, that's business as usual for me. So he played a move you guys wouldn't play because it's too complicated. He played knight takes d4, confusing the audience. Unfortunately, it confuses the engine. And I don't know what he missed, but I have an idea. I don't know what it is. So he went from completely winning to just equal. Then when it was equal, he fell apart because he realized he had thrown all his advantage away. Exactly. Okay, so his analysis was that the queen was overworked. It's defending this, it's defending this, it's defending this, it's defending this. This is pinned, and he had all these tactics worked out that don't work. And the tactic was knight takes, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, bishop d2. Now, if that works pretty good. But as they said on The Simpsons, lucky for you, that tactic don't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because of one move that I assume he missed. If white doesn't play this one move, then black's winning. I don't know if he missed it, miscalculated it, misunderstood it. I don't know. But if white doesn't play this move, white's getting crushed. So, yeah. I mean, because this is pretty good. Now, one variation that wasn't played is takes, then rook f8 check. And if rook takes rook, bishop takes queen, but we can just play king a7, and black's winning here. And this is the engine line. Rook takes, and then queen somewhere, doesn't matter where. I don't know. I like here because it pins the knight. And white should be winning here. I mean, black should be winning here. I just thought that was white, but it's black. I was close. Okay. This isn't even so simple, but it's good for black. All right, so what move did he miss? Yeah, rook f8 directly. Right, rook f8 check. And now the game is equal. Yeah, now king a7 is not good because it gets checkmated because there's a queen and a knight here, so you get checkmated. Frankly, terrible. This is actually a funny checkmate. I like that checkmate. You can't take either piece because you're in check by two pieces. Okay, so he took the rook, takes the bishop, and the engine says this is equal. But, I mean, black was winning, and now it's equal, so he started playing badly. The engine wants to play rook g8. He played rook h8. Knight h3 is the only move, breaking the pin. And, yeah. Now, some funny stuff happened. So white's winning. And then instead of winning with the move like knight takes, white played knight c6 check, which the engine says is a draw. Now, it's possible Firouzja thought he was losing if he took. Possible. I don't know. But this is just a draw, it says. And then white perpetual checks. I don't think Firouzja could think he's losing here because queen takes e5 as a threat. I don't know if he thought he was losing here. Yeah, the engine just says repetition. So Giri found a repetition, and Firouzja played for the win, which loses. And then he started, losing. Gave up his a pawn, and okay. Knight c2 is a really good move. Knight c2 to d4 to e6. That was really nice. Yeah. All right, and here white just has 2 pieces for a rook, and black's king is a joke. So he's got totally crushed. And so on. And he resigned because if you go here, I can win your queen if I want. I probably have better than winning your queen. But you can't play king a6 because of mate, so then I win your queen. All right, so that game was about equal. Then white was slightly better. Then black was completely winning. Then it was equal, and then white won. So it was a good game except for one thing. Yeah. And so Giri won again. Go Giri. And I'm wondering, we'll never know, but I'm wondering in this position, when the engine says white's winning with, like taking this or g6, or not this position, I'm sorry, this position. Here it says white's winning if he takes this. And I'm wondering if Giri was playing this to play the perpetual check draw, or he thought he had a winning attack. I don't know. I mean, it's Giri, so you expect, that he wanted to draw. Humorless, yeah, ha ha, ha. Yeah, he found a draw. Okay, go Karen is correct. So, very suspicious results. Firouzja winning the first game, Giri winning the second game. Giri's supposed to have all draws. We can't make fun of him otherwise. Game 3 was a Grunfeld, surprising the audience. Normal line. Okay, we haven't seen bishop e3, queen d2 this tournament, but that's been the main line recently. And now Giri played a move that I don't think has a great reputation, e5, but maybe it's okay. And he proceeded to strategically outplay Firouzja and then some. Very nice play by black, blocking the position up and then seizing the initiative on both sides of the board. Queen c7 is a really important move. Black wants to play knight to d6, blockading the pawn. Then he can advance his queenside pawns. The knight defends c4, so that's very nice of him. Yeah, and basically, Giri played a strategical masterpiece. However, it's game 15, so you got in time trouble. And black's just much better here. Black's better on both sides of the board. And in this position, instead of playing for g4 and a mating attack, which may have been successful, he decided to win on the queen side instead. Okay, the engine likes that also. So, I mean, you see white's pieces, not very good. And this is how you expect a super GM to outplay a 16-year-old who's good at tactics. All right, Karen bought some merch. Good job, Karen. So, basically, black has a strategically winning position by outplaying his opponent, but he hasn't won any material, and both sides have no time left, so it doesn't matter as much. And, I mean, if this was a slow game, this wouldn't be good for Firouzja. But it's not a slow game. All right. And the game goes on and on and on and on. Nothing ever happens. And eventually, Giri gets impatient. This is all fine. Okay, rook a6 is good. Keep the rooks on. All right. And then they get to this critical position here. Yeah. Okay. So for the rest of the game, okay, so up to this point, black didn't do anything. Black moved his pieces around in circles, putting his opponent to sleep, gained some space on both sides of the board. White doesn't have a lot of options. White's pieces are all trapped on the first and second rank. And the engine says black has close to winning position, if not winning. because white can't do anything and black has huge space advantage. Now, with very little time on the clock, because it's move 43, now Giri just went all crazy. And he got crushed. And it's hard to believe he got crushed because there's no eyeliner. I mean, how did he, oh, maybe Sopico had the eyeliner. Sorry, I'm exhausted. I didn't get a lot of REM sleep. All right, good. All right, got to wait for you guys to get the jokes. You guys are slow on the draw. Quick on the draw. I thought I'd be dead. He put the gun to his head, and this is what he said. Now, my name is MC. I got a license to kill. I think you know what time it is. It's time to get ill. Now, what do we have here? A GM and his beer. I can Google so fast. All right. So if you look at the engine, it says, yay, black, hooray. And then Giri pushes everything and resigns. Truth hurts. All right, so he trades bishops. Incorrect. G4, that's okay. I'm not a fan of H4. Okay, and now he plays B4, which is very bad. Very bad. It lets the knight get out. It weakens this pawn. The bishop was killed, and now the bishop's great. So instead of this pawn queening, white just went over and captured it. So that the B4 was very bad. A lot of times when people have very little time on their clock, they make big decisions. Like, let's go here. And earlier, he was just moving around and around and around, super GMing him, old manning him. All right, like Archie Manning, that's how old. Okay, and G3 is not good. Yeah, and black's not better here anymore. Yeah. And now the question is white going to win this pawn? Is black going to win this pawn? And the answer is yes. Yes to both. Okay. Okay. And the engine says it's equal because both sides are winning all the pawns. All right. And here, black made a triple question mark move. White has a threat and black didn't see it. Man, if white doesn't have any threats here, black's going to win. So the engine says it should be a draw, but black has to stop mate. But black didn't see the mate, so he didn't stop it. Time trouble. I think king d8's the best move. King f8 is okay. Bishop e8. But he just played rook f2. I know what he overlooked. He saw a check. Obviously, king e8, rook h8's mate. King d8, rook check wins. Because if bishop e8, then bishop e5 is obviously winning. Okay. So he saw that. But in this position, when Giri played rook f2, he saw check, he saw here, and this is the move he didn't see. And if white doesn't play this move, black's fine. And I've talked about this on previous streams. The reason super GMs blunder is there's 30 moves in the position and they miss like a subtle one. And sometimes low-rated players lose because they hang their queen to a pawn. Yeah. 100 centidues. Yeah. Do you guys see the winning move for white? There's only one winning move. Anyone? Anybody? Rook f6. That's close. Probably was a typo. Rook g6. Bam. And for the first time in his chess career, Ali Reza said, gotcha, bitch. And that went like this. Yeah, harsh. Yeah, rook g8 mate is annoying. Yeah, he just didn't see rook g6. Otherwise, it's a draw. Yeah, there's an unstoppable mate. And the truth hurts. And then he resigned. Yeah, that's too bad. He was doing well until he wasn't. Yeah. Frosty Balrog subscribed. Man, if Giri didn't hang checkmate, he'd be doing well. Well, not really. Go Mubot. 9. May 9 is correct. More details to follow. King b2 also winning. What? Are you okay? King B2 is illegal. All right. Are you okay over there? Taking your medicine? I think you need to change your handle again, dude. Yeah, Rook G6. And then Mia Wallace said, God damn. All right. Back to the last game. Now, in the last game, Giri needs to win. Not a sentence he wants to hear very often. And bam! Got him good, Karen. God damn. You're goddamn right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he just couldn't dig it. Oh, snap. Thanks, Monsoon Moon. You're the best. Okay, Giri's in a must-win situation. And they play the Carol Khan. Okay, it looks like their other game. And here, Giri played B4. No C5 for you. All right. And white was better most of the game. Slightly, just slightly. Both players playing very slowly, making sure they get in time trouble. Okay. Somebody on the live stream was wondering why black didn't play knight takes A5, but that's pretty risky. You're getting in some trouble here. The engine says no, no. 500 centidues. Thanks, Thread Killer. All right. So queen B5, pinning the knight. Everybody takes everybody. And there was a very cute tactic here. Very cute. Okay. Now, after queen D3, which is correct, it looks like white's going to win a pawn by going takes, 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 takes. Well, he played rook here, but okay. Rook D2, takes, takes. White's up a pawn. It's a passed A pawn. Same colored bishops. White's winning. So probably when Giri traded queens, he saw this position and said, good, good. Okay? And Giri was probably really happy after he traded queens because probably this is winning for white. Probably. Probably. Okay? And then as it was happening, I'm sure Giri realized what the trick was here. So he got tricked again. So that game was pretty equal most of the way. And then Firouzja found a really nice way to liquidate and force the draw. That is correct. Everybody in the chat is correct. Rook takes C3. Now, if black doesn't play rook takes C3, he's probably in trouble. Now he's not in trouble. And possibly when Giri traded queens, he didn't see that. Or maybe he did, but nothing he could do. Yeah. And then there's, okay. And Magnus won this ending against Ponomaryov by playing G5 and moving the king up here and winning this pawn. I mean, it was a dead drawn ending that he won. So, okay. And Firouzja had no reason to want to win. So, yeah. All right. And then draw. Draw agreed. All right. So Firouzja wins the match. Hooray. And now this video is over.